Why we could see another dump down to 49,500 US dollars, that's what we want to talk about in today's video, and with this a great welcome from my side. Right after the intro, Liam will take a closer look at those really interesting on-chain data about whale activities, and also he will talk with you about the ETF inflows we are currently seeing. Right after this, Finn will jump with you into the charts. He will talk about the breakout from our symmetrical triangle and will also take a closer look at this consolidation box on the daily and also 4-hourly time frame. If you liked the video in the end, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. We start right now into the video. Let's go.
Okay guys, let's start with the news, and the first news is Reddit holds crypto, and this is very interesting because Reddit is going public soon, and in cause of that they submitted a filing to the SEC. And there they mentioned that they invested a part of their cash into Bitcoin and Ether and also Matic or Polygon. And I think this is very interesting because they say as a form of payment for sales of certain virtual goods. And this is interesting because Reddit also has a social media with maybe ongoing sales of certain virtual goods will use Polygon or especially Ethereum for this use case, and this is very interesting because they not hold it just like an asset, but because also of the use case. And now let's go forward to the first on-chain data, and this is the BTC average whale position change, and here we can see that since over a year we saw the highest or the biggest accumulation of whales of balances with more than 1k Bitcoin wallets here at around 42 to 52,000 US dollar Bitcoin price. The last high or the last big accumulation of whales has been here at around 30,000 US dollar Bitcoin price in April 2023. So basically in over a year, the whales firstly had massive accumulation here around these price levels of 40 to 50,000 US dollar. And this is also interesting because the whales, which are also very important for the Bitcoin price movement as they are very big competitors on the market, they maybe believe in that we're not going much to the downside with the Bitcoin price because of maybe the spot ETFs, maybe the halving, maybe the ongoing bull market here. And now they are accumulating around these price level. Although these price levels are very high compared to like the price levels 1 year ago here at 30,000 US dollar. So guys, let's go forward to the next on-chain data, and here we can see an update of the relative strength index by the open interest, so the RSI of the open interest, and this keeps falling to the downside. And here we can see that we are still have decreasing long position opening, so the traders believe that we maybe not go much higher with the Bitcoin price, but maybe see a correction here because we already pumped like 13,000 US dollar without a correction, so basically it becomes more likely to see a correction. And the last on-chain data is our ETF inflow here, and here we can see that at 21st February we had a negative inflow or basically an outflow for the 7th time here, but yesterday we had a massive inflow again, so this is very positive because also the grayscale outflow was very low yesterday, so basically we had around or almost 5,000 Bitcoin inflow through these spot ETFs. And now we want to go forward to the chart analysis.
Today we again have many things to talk about, and first we start on a weekly time frame because it's Friday and we know on the weekends we have very low volatility at the moment, so we can more or less predict that if this daily candle, the Friday daily candle, will close like this, we can probably see a weekly close that will look like this more or less. So we are currently with the weekly candle on a little bit of a correction. We saw 2% in the minus at the moment, and we are below crucial resistance we formed the last bull market. We can clearly see here. This is in my opinion totally normal because we before that saw two very bullish weekly candles, big rise to the upside, and now we saw a little correction. So this is absolutely normal. Markets cooling down a little bit because we already saw big pumps to the upside before that already, so this is pretty normal. But for sure the question now is this the first impression of maybe coming correction? In my opinion it definitely could be, but it's, as I already told you, totally normal that we may consolidate 1 or 2 or even 3 or 4 weeks here, so the markets can cool down a little bit. But it was also possible in my opinion that we probably could see a big price movement until the end of this day, so until the daily close on Friday today, because we won't expect volatility on the weekend. So if this weekly candle will move to some direction for the moment, it probably will be today. And if we are jumping to the daily chart, we can clearly see that we just left our daily consolidation box. We had this upper consolidation box on the daily time frame because every daily candle got bought up again. We saw massive wicks to the downside, but the bulls always managed to get the daily close above this. Yesterday's candle was the first candle that didn't get bought up. So in my opinion, we have a little bit of bearish sentimentum at the moment. And as we already can tell, the daily candle at the moment is looking pretty bearish again. And in my opinion, it could be that we may get another retest to break out of this broader consolidation box, and this could be today. So the next 9 hours will be pretty crucial in my opinion, and we definitely have to look on the smaller time frames to determine how the possibilities stand that we'll see another breakout. On the smaller time frames, as I already told you yesterday, we saw a bounce on the 4-hourly time frame, saw a pump to the upside, but didn't manage to get here to our upper side of the broader consolidation box. We got rejected from our old middle line of the old consolidation box, and in my opinion, this was a little bit of a sign of a weakness in the bears. I already told you that, so I already expected this little dump to the downside. But at the moment it looks like that we may found support on the 4-hourly time frame right here, so we have to even look on the smaller time frames to determine whether we could see another try to break out to the downside. On the 1-hourly time frame, we yesterday talked already about the symmetrical triangle, and this symmetrical triangle even broke out to the downside as I expected it. So the potential price target of this breakout to the downside would be here, the span of the symmetrical triangle, and if we put this on the breakout point, we can clearly see the breakout target would be $49,650, which would mean that we would leave our 4-hourly consolidation box to the downside. We can clearly see this here, and at the moment we are breaking out in a little falling broadening wedge or a downtrend, as you guys like to call it. I also opened a little trade as we left the symmetrical triangle to the downside. It's at the moment in a nice little profit, and at the moment I'm looking at two crucial things. The first one is if we are breaking this downtrend line right here to the upside, then I would definitely close my trade to not take the risks and get maybe in the losses with my trade, because this here is my entry point more or less, so I don't want this to break out to the upside. And the second thing would be if we get crucial support right here and consolidate a few hours and the Friday daily candle will close. I don't expect then any more big volatility, so I would probably also close this trade, because I'm expecting that we may just move a little bit to the upside over the weekend, because I won't expect big price moves. But for sure, if we maybe get to fill this target at the $49,650, that would be pretty nice. And for that, I'm waiting for a confirmed breakout out of this 4-hourly consolidation box. Just if we get the confirmed breakout and break our previous high point, if we get this breakout, I would even compound my position, and if we break below the 4-hourly box and don't get a confirmed breakout, I would just close my trade if we hit the price target, or if it looks like that we found support somewhere in the middle of this. But I think that's in the moment everything you need to know about the Bitcoin price and which price target I'm having a look at. If you're enjoying this content, make sure to like and comment down below what you guys think where the Bitcoin price will move on this day maybe and before the weekend, and I would say we'll see us in tomorrow's daily update.